Hey, it's Keith Cotta here over at the Mortgage Reel. I wanted to share at least what I found is very interesting on what happened in the stock market, how it impacted stock values, and how it decimated applications from a certain demographic that we are highly dependent upon in real estate here in our hyperlocal markets of Seattle, the greater Eastside. Let's take a look at it. So we know that Amazon stock today is now split. You have to, I just Googled this. There's the 20-for-1 split that just happened. Here, this is just 2 days ago, right? On Tuesday. So we have to put this into correlation. If it's 20-to-1, you have to think about this mindset of an Amazon employee. What they remember is that thousands of dollars of stock was in value and worth, right? So how Amazon employees were compensated prior to April is they were compensated based on a base salary. Jeff Bezos, top down, the most you could make was $160,000 in base salary. Anything after that was paid in restricted stock units. And as they were vesting over a period of time, the stocks would vest, and that stock would be then cashed in, counted as income. And now that's where we saw over the past 5 years a substantial amount of Amazon employees come to the market and cash in those stocks over time. They have huge down payments. That's attributing to the income. And we saw the explosion, right? The bidding wars and multiple offers. Now, let's look at Bellevue. What happened since Amazon is building their tower in Bellevue? We all know that downtown Amazon corridor went ridiculously crazy. Well, let's look at that in correlation to what's happened with the stock. So keep in mind, we have to times this value times 20, right? Because they just, again, went through a 20-to-1 split. So for every one stock before June 6th, stock was 20 times that. Now it's been depleted and it's split 20 times. So now this is the value. So we have to keep that in mind because this is a perspective. So let's take a look here. What I definitely noticed and felt is that if you hover all the way back to the beginning of the year, here in January 2022, that stock hovered at about $3,000 or more, right? 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. Anytime it was over $150, it's hitting 3,000. So it banged $3,000 for much of the first 4 months of the year. But okay, let's take a look here. What happened after April 4th? We saw that $3,000 value now go down, and it hit here. We're still sitting at 3,000, but then it went from April 4th, it started to decline, and then it had a pretty big change right here from the 28th of April. Well, if you come into the first part of May, look what happens. That stock now 20 times that, or 2 times that, right? You're looking at the stock now going to $2,400. From $2,400, now it goes down to $2,000. Holy cow. Now, keep in mindset here that if you're an Amazon employee, you have to sell stock in order to be part of your income, plus many were using it to have as a down payment. Well, if your stock is vesting, are you going to take $1,000 loss on your stock plus pay capital gains tax? Probably not. So if they're now cashing in that stock and they're thinking, I don't want to take that loss, then we're not going to see those employees come out to be buyers in real estate. Well, I'm pretty sure if you really went back and you thought about, when did I start to feel this shift in the momentum in the market? Kind of in April, felt a little bit of a hiccup. It was okay. Maybe, Keith, you're right. After tax time, everyone's talking about taxes. Once everyone files their taxes, they come back to the market. Cyclically, once we get past April 15th, that's when the real estate market turns on. But it didn't really do that this year. What happened? Well, if you go right here to the beginning of May, you could see that right there at the beginning of May, when the stocks were taking a hit, what happened? Applications for me definitely slowed. I looked at it. And there's May 11th, which happened to be my birthday. Oh, for sure. I didn't see Amazon applications coming in from Amazon employees. So now that the stock has kind of rebounded a little bit, it's still sitting about $120 or $2,400 from that perspective. Now today, after the split, 120, maybe starting to get some phone call chatter. But this definitely had a significant impact on our hyperlocal market. So let's take a look at who else. Google, same thing. Look at what happened right there at the beginning of April. Look what happens to the stock, right? So if you take Google and you slowly went down here, there's a stock going from here almost at 2,800. And then today we're closing out at 2,300. Are you going to take a $500 loss per share? Let's take a look at Facebook. Now, Facebook is all over the board, but here's the same thing that happened in May. If we look at what happened in May, beginning of May to where it is today, you're sitting at 196 versus 223. Now, the stock's not as high, but that's still a loss. You could go across and look at all these companies, Expedia.com. They're definitely a hitter in our marketplace because of the number of employees, us being our headquarters. Look at the value, $174 back at the beginning of May. Where are we today? $129. Are you wanting to take a $50 loss on a stock? It plays into even Apple. You look at what happened at the beginning of May in Apple. There it is, $166, and today at $148. Now, not as bad, but still, are you willing to take that loss and pay taxes on it, right? That's capital gains. So this is just my connection and crystal ball to the market. Could we see some of the Amazon employees come back now that the stock is split? Psychologically, that's a lot more affordable when you see the stock value here at $121 at the close of market today. Possibly. Does it have to get back to maybe like the 140 level to bring the Amazon employees back? Probably. So there's a correlation, at least in my simple findings of what I've seen as patterns that happen in the stock market with our tech millennial world, which has been a significant driving force for the values that are 700,000 to up to what, the $3 million value, and how that's changed the application flow, which now is impacting everything. You went from the beginning of May seeing double digits, or prior to May seeing double digit open houses per day in attendance. We went to the end of May where now I start hearing, oh, we didn't even get 10 people to come through on a day. We went through double digit offers to now having fewer offers, and now no offers on an offer review period. And now I'm seeing a pattern of houses don't even have offer review periods. So crazy, right? That's within a month and a half's change. But there is a connection to what's happening to our hyperlocal markets with the tech world. So just throwing that out there. Hopefully that helps. The recession is coming, and I sent out another video to help explain that. But here's the whole thing with the recession. I'm not worried about it because our jobs market is very strong. I'm going to send out another video about the jobs market and the correlation to when we see a recession and how that keeps the hyperlocal markets with strong jobs very healthy during that time. And the real estate value is definitely tied to that. So there it is. Hopefully this helps. Any feedback, please let me know, so I know that my crazy head is coming to at least some value to you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.